Welcome back, everybody. It's Edwin and Irv from the Nonsensical Knowledge Podcast, and we are back. What's good, Irv?
What's up? What's up, everybody? Chilling.
Thanks for tapping in. A few quick announcements. Our toy drive and our turkey drive are happening right now. Flipper's Barbershop, 97 Congress Street. Make sure you guys pop in to make a donation and help us out. Also, just another quick reminder to get out and see The Director's Cut, which is a movie by author Don Capria, and it will be premiering November 1st and November 2nd at Colony Center in Colony, New York. And that's really it. Let's get busy, man. The shit's been really crazy out here. We've had a lot of things going on. The election is coming up super fast.
7 days. We're there.
7 days and we're there. And it has just been so wild, bro. Like we got Trump with the Nazi rally at MSG. What's going on with that?
Oh, man. Yeah, man. It was crazy. It was like an international affair around New York City. Like everybody was coming out. This is a big thing with the Puerto Rican trash comment from a comedian.
So for anybody that didn't catch it, Tony Hinchcliffe had some off-color jokes. Right at the he spoke at the Madison Square Garden. I think he opened, right, or didn't he just like
he was early in the night, yeah, like first hour. It was like a 3-hour event.
If anybody that knows Tony Hinchcliffe, he is an asshole, and he is going to joke about just anything and everything.
Everything.
So
yeah,
when I watched it, I obviously am not Puerto Rican, so I cannot really be, I can't say how it would feel to me.
Yeah.
I took it as a joke, and like that's what they were trying to do, is just really joke around with that demographic.
Yeah.
The comment of, I forgot what he said, but he was like, yeah, did you know that there was a giant floating island of garbage in the ocean? I think it's called Puerto Rico, is what he said. So obviously we don't feel like Puerto Rico's garbage.
Yeah. I mean, it's clearly not garbage.
Right. And to me, it was almost like, again, it was probably a distasteful joke in the moment at that type of, I guess, rally or format.
Because they were waiting for the Nazis in general. So anything that was said was going to be a big deal about racism.
Sure.
Whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course, because they had already started that narrative, right?
Yeah.
Like that this was a giant Nazi rally, and anybody that was showing up to MSG, which is crazy because I'll tell you right now, in New York, it's the first place a Nazi's going to get punched right in the face.
Off rip,
dude. Break out with that skinhead
Sooner stay off the bus or the train. Blah.
Yeah, you're getting fucked up.
Everywhere you go, too.
Yeah, everywhere.
So it's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, stop that shit. One of her big donors, Kamala Harris, big donors told her to knock it off. They're like,
told Kamala to knock it off.
Yeah, and the Hitler stuff and Trump is bad stuff is not picking up steam anymore. So focus on what you're gonna do. Like, and this is one of her top donors. Like, just saying, this shit's got to stop. It's like getting ridiculous.
Well, I would imagine it is, because it's, instead of attacking, you've attacked as opposed to gone with your policies and how you are going to change the country. You instead have this same rhetoric. Like you have, like everybody talks shit about Trump having this rhetoric. You are spilling the same rhetoric.
It's the same thing. And especially after the assassination attempts, it's like Joe Biden's like, we need to tone down the rhetoric. It's like getting a little ridiculous. Like people are getting riled up. And they just keep pounding it home, but it's like, the shit's not true, bro.
How many people do you think actually believe what they say? Like when it comes to like, all right, so like the Trump racist thing, right?
That's a good gauge.
The Trump being a racist thing. Any person that I've talked to that hates Trump, well, that's their first go-to is, well, he's a racist.
Yeah.
Okay, well, now provide me evidence that he's a racist.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times they can't.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also focuses these minorities, you know what I mean, and says, "Oh, wait, this dude is gonna deport us all."
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to just be migrants.
Be me, yeah. It's going to be everybody. they're really scared because her support among African Americans, black people, is really hurting, and they don't understand it. They're just like, how can you people be so dumb? And then a lot of people are like, oh, well, they're not college educated. I'm like, bro, that's racist. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, liberals can think they can say whatever they want, like, if as long as there's data behind it or whatever. But like, assuming that most black people don't, or calling them uneducated for supporting Trump, like, just because it's like, it's a cop out.
It's easy. It's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah, it's low-hanging fruit.
And what it does is, it's all about division. We need to radicalize the Democrats. We got to radicalize the Republicans. And now we're seeing a radical election, right? Like, we can agree on that. Like,
it's definitely radical. Like, objectively, like, looking at the two sides, right? Trump, Kamala. Like, Kamala's campaign is the hateful one. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the Hitler, they're going to deport everybody. They're going to take away your abortion rights. They're going to do all of this stuff. And then Trump and their supporters are really like on some America first shit, like fuck the color shit, like let's go. Whether it turns out that way, if he wins, I don't know, but just objectively looking at the two campaigns, like, you want something, like, we all know our country's up against the wall right now with debt, crime, all this shit that's going on, cost of goods, inflation, all of that shit. Like, that's the stuff people are worried about, not all this other shit. And so they keep wondering why it's not sticking, and it's because Trump's going to a shithole place in DC to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So people they're like, the system's already corrupt.
Right.
He may be corrupt and not perfect, but send his ass right in there. He fits in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To really like go up against these people. So it's a wild time, man. 7 days it's gonna be wild.
Yeah, it really is, and it's frightening in a sense, because it's what happens when the other what happens when the one base doesn't win. And that goes for both sides, whether it's the Trump side, the MAGA side, or the Kamala side. Like, what happens, bro, when, we'll just say hypothetically Trump loses?
There's going to be problems.
There's going to be problems, bro. You're going to be talks of like a civil war. There's going to be talks of shit that's really they would squash in a fucking quick second anyway, you know? But at the same time, it's like, what are we looking at? What is the future after November 5th?
It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for sure. Because with all of the Hitler shit, the left's getting stirred up because they're believing that shit.
Yeah.
So if Hitler wins the election, we're going to stop this Nazi from doing what he's supposed to do, because it's not right. Like, they're going to be bugging out. And same for MAGA, they're going to be bugging out.
Twisted.
Like, these communists won. You know what I'm saying? It's like, either way, it's going to be fucking crazy, bro. Well,
it really is crazy, because it has divided families, it has divided households, it has divided, it's like worse than COVID too. You know, because there's like, everybody had that family member that was, you know, went crazy and was like, oh, it's never going to talk to you again if you don't get vaccinated, you know, like, and then here we are, is you have people that can't even be at family functions together because you have this guy who's over here, he's rocking the Make America Great Again hat, and then you got the hardcore Democrats over here.
Yeah, it's wow, bro. Even in my family, like, my uncle being wilding, like, he's super liberal, and my aunts, like, and the women are like, they're conservative now, like, they're fucking with Republicans.
Right.
And he's like, he's on a tear, bro. He'll just call me randomly, like, yo, fuck them bitches. They're like crazy. No. And I'm like, yo, this year's sisters you came up with, bro. Like, it's not really that important. You don't know Trump, bro.
Well, I think a good example of like that division. So I don't know if you saw it recently. I didn't actually write it down, but apparently after Eminem endorsed Kamala, Kid Rock had come out and endorsed Trump, you know, but like essentially they had this like tweet thing, with this tweet exchange where like Kid Rock was like, hey, listen, I've known Marshall for years and years and years. We've been friends for a long time. You could probably pull it up, right? And essentially they came to, if you need the Wi-Fi password, bro, it's,
I'm good.
I'm going to say Pastel Daisy. But so essentially they both came out for their respective sides, showed out, and then had a genuine, actual, like, I guess, connection. You know what I mean? And they were like, look, I don't agree with his side. He doesn't agree with mine, but we don't hate each other.
Oh, they
were cool.
Squashed it.
I was really surprised.
That's how it should be.
You know what I mean?
That's how it should be.
But I think we needed that, you know, for like, and for whoever actually really saw it. But at the same time, like, you have two people. Everybody would look at Kid Rock as the quintessential diehard Republican. Same thing with him. He's the diehard quintessential Democrat, which he's a little bit more of a flippy floppy for me, you know, because I've always felt like you can't go from fuck you, Miss Cheney, fuck you, Tipper Gore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Fuck you to the free. You know what I mean? Like, your come up came on some anti-government shit. You know, but either way, they had a good exchange, and they really paved the way for people to, like, look, man, we don't have to hate each other. And you know who gets hated the most?
Ooh.
People like me who are like in the middle, that are like, yo, no,
you got to pick a side.
You got to pick a side.
You're being a halfway crook.
Right, exactly, right.
Like, yo.
Somebody commented on our YouTube once and was like, oh, no, get him, dude. He can't be in the middle. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Well, but that's the thing is like, to me, I don't call politics humanity, right? You know, or humanity politics. No. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong.
It's true too, and it's I don't know. I'm just tired of that race shit, bro. Like, it's like we keep trying to draw these lines, these imaginary lines, bro. Like, for what? You know, it's division. It's division. You know what I mean? Yes, we have to obviously know that we're different colors or we're different heritage or whatever, but to really be about that shit today in this age, man, it's like, get the fuck out of here.
You really have to be very small-minded to be like on some real racist shit, or like, because again, we spoke about it before with the Kamala thing, right? And dudes weren't voting for her because she was a female. Not so much because she was a black female, but just a female in general. That is, like you said, it's insulting because it's like, no, man, am I like, oh, it just gets placed on misogyny as opposed to what has she done? You know, like what about those people sitting in prison that weren't let go because she wanted them to work in the prison system?
That's funny. I hit up Shannon Sharp's YouTube about that, because he did a title like, oh, I'm about to interview Auntie Kamala.
Oh, man. Here we go.
You know, it's like that. Okay, she's down for the culture bullshit. She's an auntie. Everybody in the comments was like, hey, she ain't my fucking auntie. I was like, yo, she ain't my auntie. She kept my uncle in jail extra longer to make license plates. You know what I mean? Like, like shit like that. Like, you can't try to be like, oh, nah, I'm down with you cats now, like, because I need your vote. Like, fuck out of here with that.
Yeah, and it's similar on Trump's side.
Yeah, same shit.
For me, you know, and for a lot of people, is just like, you can't trust these people.
No.
And I'm not saying Trump doesn't have, I guess, the best intentions ever, but the government is a machine, and these guys are just a cog in the wheel.
These are. They really are. And there's shadow government, military-industrial complex, like
the prison system we were just talking about.
Yeah, prison system, all of these different silos. And what was cool about the Rogan shit was he drilled down to like how it was when he got in there, and they had the transition going before he was in, so it was all insiders building his team. Like, so he gets in there, he's like, oh, appoint this person, they're great for this, appoint this person. So this time he's doing his own shit, and they're mad about it. They're like, see, he's a Nazi. He put together his own transition team. Like, he's paying for his own transition with Bobby Kennedy and Vivek.
I didn't even know he had Vivek.
Yeah, Vivek, bro, and
Tulsi.
and Tulsi,
got the homegirl,
Elon. Those cats I fuck with. You know what I mean? Like Trump is Trump. Like Trump's been Trump my entire life,
forever, bro.
Like that's why none of the shit bothers me with him. Like that's a lot of the appeal to dudes, like, because he's a dude.
Yeah, he's a guy's guy.
Yeah, he's like, grab him by the pussy, type in the locker room talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, dudes are dudes, bro.
I'm just saying, for the record, there's never been a time I've been in a locker room or like, say we've been at work, bro, and we're like, you know what, I'm gonna grab this bitch by the pussy.
That is the most outlandish shit ever.
It is kind of outlandish.
It's comedy, though. It's not.
Yeah, it's comedy.
I mean, nothing, if you're sexually assaulted, I'm not making light of any of that stuff or anything.
No, right.
Yeah.
We're not making fun of that. We're at all. We're just saying, like, that for the typical dude, the guy's guy, like, we're not out there fucking, like.
No, I'm gonna grab that bitch,
Yeah, like, that's some real, like, creepy, weird, creepy, weirdo stalker shit.
Like, yeah, bro. Do you know her?
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
but yes. So like when he has those straight clickbait, statements in the media, it's easy for them to run with.
Yeah.
But like you said, those people you can kind of trust.
Yeah.
Tulsi, Vivek, RFK.
Yeah.
And I really liked how Trump took those cats that were almost banned from Washington.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, like, let's get these good minds up in there. Elon was a little weird for me because he's always been notoriously Democrat forever, and not saying RFK wasn't, but same time. So was Tulsi, I think. I think Tulsi was a Democrat.
Tulsi was a Dem too, yeah.
Right. So, but with Elon, it kind of weirded me out because I was like, oh, okay, Elon, I am not as smart as that dude. Yeah. so I'm not seeing it as like he does, but at the same time, it's like he actually has motion to where he could like really make some real change,
Yeah, that government efficiency office would be sick though.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, like, pack your shit.
Why don't we have shit like that?
We should.
We should. Well, we're talking about checks and balances.
They're like, oh, X isn't going to run good. He's like, fire like 75% of the cat. Like, what do you do? They're like, oh, yeah, I run around and, I work from home. And he's like, you're gone.
Get out of here.
You don't do anything.
Yeah, that's what he did with X.
Yeah, with X. And talking about doing a similar thing with the government. It's not, I don't think it's as much as Trump as it is where the American people are as far as like fed up with the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like being taken advantage of, not being listened to. All these laws just get coming down on our back. The taxation, the wars, like all of that shit. So it's not Trump. If it was another candidate with the same message, it would resonate because we're angry. People are angry. People are hurting. People are broke. Like people are trying to survive, and we're talking about nice and not, and the legals are here and giving all this money to these people and money to Ukraine and all this shit. It's like enough's enough, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was like the one joke that I could actually like laugh about with Tony Hinchcliffe. Was like he's like Israel, Palestine. It's like a bad soccer game. Who the fuck cares?
Just keep going back and forth.
He's like, who the fuck cares, and why is our money involved in these situations? And I guess you could call it demeaning in a sense, but this is
it's real.
This is real. This is two teams playing against each other in a theater of war, as opposed to, and. It's kind of crazy, man. But that's why it's curious to me. Where does he put RFK? Where does he put Vivek? Where does he put Tulsi?
Yeah, in these areas, which is good for our shit. Like I think it'd be bad because all the shit that comes with them too. Though you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. But I think. We lose either way.
Yeah.
I mean, one, we may just lose a little lust.
It's the lesser of two evils.
And
which is wild. Here we are in 2024, and this is our option. What and this is something I had written down as well, is just like Kamala's distancing from Biden. Like, they basically told homie, like, bro, don't even mention her name. Don't you see? They just I actually just saw it earlier before he got here, but it was like this show thing where like Biden went and waited in line.
Oh, for the votes?
And then casted his vote for Kamala. But it's just like, oh, you want to make a spectacle out of that, but you really don't want him on the campaign trail.
They told him no. He wanted to go campaign in Pennsylvania, and they're like, nah, you're good. They won't share her schedule with him.
Right.
So he's like, but Pennsylvania, that's his shit. You know, people like him there. People will be like, yo, this is Joe. He's cool, whatever. And they're like, no, there's a big rift. But yo, you've been there with him. He put you on. Like, you're gonna shit on the dude who actually gave you that opportunity.
Well, yeah, because that's what these parties do, is they eat themselves alive from the inside out.
Yeah,
like,
that's that just shows, like, you know what I mean? Like, show homie your respect. Yes, he's out of it, but you also sat behind him and hid his decline too for all those years.
I know, bro.
She won't talk about it.
This is one of my biggest issues with this side of this election, right? Because in normal circumstances, we would have never had this situation happen, right? Because a lot of the times, if a president's not in his mental faculties, what they'll do is they're not even going to put him out there. They're going to say, nope, we're already running this person. We're already, Joe, thanks, bro, but we're not even going to put you out there and make us look dumb. And here we are, is they say, okay, we didn't have a primary.
Just to bypass the primaries. That's what they did.
Well, who do you think they would have voted for because to me, this sounds like some mafia shit, right? So when you get to these Democratic conventions, Republican as well, just to keep it fair, but what they did to Biden was like, they quite literally moved him out the way and was like, yo, beat it. Like, this is the president of the United States.
Yes.
What? If I was the president of the United States, I don't care if I was 94. Yeah. I'd be like, nah. What? You're fired. You know what I mean?
Obama and this team, man. Obama's team they're vicious with it, man. They don't know what type of shit they brought to his table. Like, yo, we're gonna drop this on you or whatever. But they believe he was bribed somehow.
Biden
stepped down, yeah. Or muscled out in some way.
Well, I think we're leading more to the latter of being muscled because, look, if there is any real credence to the Hunter laptop shit, they can imagine that your own party discrediting you. So it's like, hey, look, Joe, just run off gracefully into the sunset. We don't need you. We're gonna win this thing, but at the same time, we can't have you in the way.
No.
And what sucks, bro, is like, imagine voting for, and again, vote however the fuck you want. Get out there and vote. But imagine or don't, right?
Yeah,
whatever you
want to do.
You're not gonna hear an endorsement out of me. But imagine voting for a person that lied and hid the mental decline of a sitting president. Because there's articles in our Constitution that say if he is unfit to serve, he needs to be removed. Why not do that? Let's talk about that real quick. Why wouldn't the Democrats just do that? Why wouldn't they file an article against them and say, yo, no, Kamala is the president now?
And then run. But she would have had to have been front and center.
Yeah.
And she couldn't do it.
You're right.
She couldn't do it. They had to hide her. This was the only way for it, which I don't know why they're so hard behind her. But this is the only way that she was getting on.
She was getting on the stage.
On the stage. She ran in the primaries, tanked. That was 2016?
Yeah.
2000.
Oh, really? So she ran all the way back then?
Yeah, she ran in there. She was with Tulsi. Tulsi actually ended her shit.
Oh, you're right.
She
that
ended
one.
her. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember the debate.
But she didn't make it out nowhere.
Why do you think they haven't used her record as a district attorney against her?
I don't know.
Right? Like, it's kind of weird.
It makes sense, right?
Maybe it's because you're calling into question, like you're almost questioning the justice system in a sense. You know what I mean? So like you're tainting it.
They have a problem with that though.
No,
they're
Trump's
always shitting on the FBI, CIA, Attorney General's office. Like,
so why would it's weird?
I don't get that. That's a good question.
Because it's in black and white. It's not a speculation. This is shit that actually happened. There were lawsuits. There was, investigations, internal affairs and shit. It just doesn't make sense to me why they wouldn't use that as a talking point, I guess.
I seen there's a pretty dope ad with the parents she put in prison for the truancy program.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was devastating, man. Like, one lady's kid was sick and couldn't come to school, and they didn't find out, and cops came, locked the mom up. Lady lost her house, took the daughter, the whole shit. And even when they found out the daughter was sick, still tried to prosecute her. And she did it to a couple dudes, a shit ton of parents, and then they have
mostly probably single parents
working 2 jobs, can't get their kids to the thing. And then she did a fundraiser with the banks, and she's in there bragging about putting parents in jail.
Yeah.
But the whole premise was because when the kids missed school, they got less federal aid. And she's like, we love money. That's why we're putting these parents in jail. So it was real nasty. I'm like, damn.
Well, and it's kind of crazy because for anybody listening, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but we've experienced it. I've experienced it with my children. Is that these schools are super incessant about having bodies in those chairs. They don't care about the numbers. They don't care about sure, they got to get kids to pass and shit. Mm-hmm. But if they miss one day, you know what I mean? They're already yo, what's going on? Bro, we know you want your money. That's really what it comes down to. My kid is a number.
Yeah.
And you get a budget, but you ain't paying the teachers no more.
Nope.
So but that it makes sense with somebody like Kamala, who is, I don't even know why anybody would even think that that's a good idea. Let's lock the parents up.
That's just a shitty idea. Shitty idea all the way around.
But this is indicative of the people we're dealing with as leaders. How does that in anyone's right mind say, oh, you know what, your kid, let's just take my life experience, right? My mom going to jail over me not going to school. Yo, I ain't going to school, and I'm not going to your group home. She going to jail.
She going to jail. Then I'm gonna come back home, and then it don't make sense. That's your money, your guardian, your
everything.
Yeah, everything. So taking you away. Well, at the group home, you're going to school,
right? And unfortunately, I was a little dickhead, so I never, you know what I mean?
Coming. Can you imagine the cops coming though? Yo, you're going to jail for this. It's just a bad idea, man. Just shit like that. But I'm surprised they didn't use it. But I did see some ads.
I think maybe it's just, maybe there's somebody over there he's still got to deal with, and maybe they were it's almost like a court hearing where it's you guys get to discuss what's brought in front of the jury. You can talk about this.
He's probably scared of the prosecution shit.
Yeah.
To bring up prosecutions.
You're probably right. 1,000% right. With all the shit going on with the lawsuits and the crime, 34 felony counts,
just not talk about it. Yeah.
Bro, it's insane because I guess if I had that many felony counts.
34?
Yeah, that he was convicted of.
Yeah.
Which is bananas anyways, but at the same time, it's hey, you're the guy.
Rape case.
Yeah.
Was that Stormy Daniels?
And so Stormy Daniels was the one that was trying to extort him, I think, at first, right?
Yeah.
But she wrote a book.
Hush Money.
Yeah. That went through his, it went through
Cohen.
one of his, Michael Cohen.
Mike Cohen, yeah. So yeah, I mean, you got all of that shit.
The Giuliani shit.
Giuliani too. Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking ruined Giuliani, bro. Bro, Rudy Giuliani. I don't know how many people know this, but Rudy Giuliani was essentially takes full responsibility for eradicating the mafia. Like he built the RICO Act. You know, and then wham, gets fucking smoked with the RICO Act.
Everything. Yeah, they just gave the election worker. They're like, you need to turn over your house too.
Oh yeah,
for that defamation.
His condo, right?
Yeah.
The Manhattan condo.
Yeah, and they're like, you think he's turning that shit over? I don't know.
Not if it's not in someone else's name by now.
Actually, that's my mom's place.
Yeah. Well, these big people know how to do it. They know how to move their resources. They know how to move. Like, that's why I was crazy with the Durk shit, trying to get on a plane to 3 different spots. It was like, homie had a bag on him. They seized a lot of money on him.
They took money, yeah.
So,
how do you think they tracked him?
Oh, listen, you want to get right into the Durk shit,
mean, you brought it up.
All right. So, for everybody listening, a couple days ago, a Grammy award-winning rapper, Lil Durk, was arrested and charged in a murder-for-hire plot. Essentially, as the indictment goes, which we have right here on the table, is that the Lil Durk had paid for 4 guys to fly direct from Chicago in, I can't remember what month, but it was in 2022. It might have been February 2022. And fly from Chicago to Los Angeles, hunt down, track, stalk, and then murder a rival rapper named Quando Rondo. Now, if we rewind a little bit, for everybody that doesn't know, Quando Rondo's man killed King Von
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. So what the feds are saying is that this was a retaliation attempt against Quando Rondo, but we got a bunch of dummies, right? We got a bunch of idiots out here. So what ends up happening is these guys book all of the plane tickets. They book all of the hotels, all of the rental cars, and Lil Durk's bank cards. So essentially they were credit cards attached to Lil Durk. Not only that, but the same day that those dudes flew out on a public plane, or whatever they're called, a domestic flight, Durk and the dude that provided all the guns flew on a private jet same day, the day before the murder. Second day they kill him. They don't even kill Quando Rondo. They kill his cousin. And then they all fly him back direct to Chicago.
So are they saying Durk brought the guns on the private jet?
So they didn't necessarily say that yet. So this is the initial complaint. So we could read it if anybody wants, but it's basically a summary of the whole case and why they have probable cause and what they found against Durk that ties him to, and there's talking about a dude wore a wire. So essentially now they're saying that OTF Jam, who is one of Durk's guys, was wearing a wire for a while, and they got him. They got mad dirt on him.
Yeah, they have in here from one of a phone number associated with Banks. That's his last name, Lil Durk's. Texted one of the conspirators, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me."
Right.
Basically,
But even that is evidence. It's bro, come on. If you're, I'm not going to tell anybody how to commit a murder because I don't know how. But if we're thinking in terms of reality, if you're trying to get away with this, you would never do something like that. You would never book. It would all be cash.
Yeah.
It would all be you would never do something like that.
No, and text messages, no burner phones, no
nothing.
No nothing.
Right.
And my knowledge is from shows I watch, TV.
Well,
guess,
right.
Or
Well, not even just
crime shit.
That's what I mean. Not even just that. It's like the dumbest killers, bro, and the fucking movies we watch. This is how you get caught.
This is how you get caught. So if he's telling cats not to use my cards or anything associated with me, why would they do that?
Because I think that they were either. So I had this conversation with somebody the other day, right? And it's like, it's really a question of, are you that gangster? Because from where them dudes came from in O Block, the trenches, absolute Chirac, you know what I mean? It's killing every day out there. Growing up in that shit, does $1 million really change you?
No.
20 million really change you? Going to shoot a verse with Jay-Z or Drake really change you? And then let's get into the more fucking diabolical side of it, right? Is the diabolical side of it is here we have Durk, right? His best man gets killed in Vaughn. That's tragic. That's traumatic. We got the internet. We got people out there in the comments calling this dude a bitch because he didn't slide for Vaughn.
Yes.
So now you have all of this public pressure. And then you have O Block was like, whoa, wait, are we sliding for Vaughn or
what's sliding?
What are we doing? You know what I mean? I think Durk fucked up in the sense of like paying these dudes to do this, like, or whatever. But at the same time, I just don't really feel like he cared.
Oh, it's just a blatant, like, I'm untouchable type of deal.
I don't think it's that. I think it was like, yo, we slid for Vaughn. We got our get back, and maybe I'll go do life in prison. Because, he was trying to run. So essentially, for anybody else that doesn't know, they caught Vaughn in like Florida or something like that. But this is how he got pinched. He booked 3 separate international flights, all leaving from one destination and then going to 3 separate destinations. So Interpol was like, whoa, wait, we got this dude on 3 flights? Like, this doesn't make sense. So, but he had a private jet going out of Florida to like Italy or something like that. So he was trying to throw them off.
With all these different flights.
With all the different flights. And then, whatever.
Oh, so maybe he thought he was just going to slide away. I mean, obviously did.
Yeah.
Slide away. Maybe it was crazy if he ended up in Russia.
The destinations were Dubai.
I could see that.
Switzerland and Italy.
Okay. Probably places you can't get extradited back.
That's what I'm thinking. But it took the feds 2 years to get him because all this shit happened in 2022. But yeah, bro, it's not looking good for Durk, and that's why I almost feel like he just really didn't care. Like, I don't care if I got all this money.
You can't really care. I was hearing that cats coming at him for not getting back for Vaughn.
Yeah, bro.
For years.
For years. Well, Vaughn happened in 2020.
Yeah.
So you got to figure 2022 was 2 years later. Everybody knows you can't just slide the next day.
Yeah. And King Von was a savage himself, like catching bodies and beating charges. Like he was about that life.
This is another thing that drives me nuts, though, is like this reverence. Like, I get the dude had some good music, but he was a literal fucking psychopath in the street.
Oh, yeah.
Like an actual psycho. He was a serial killer.
Yeah. I don't know why you don't get tagged like that, but yes, he was a serial killer.
He was a fucking serial killer, bro.
From a young age.
Anybody that's coming out of Chicago or O Block or anything like that will tell you that dude was on demon time all the time.
All the time.
So this reverence, like, and I get it amongst those dudes, like OTF, and because all them dudes are either BD or GD or like Gangster Disciples, Black Disciples, whatever, and they're all feuding.
Yeah.
But I can understand in that world, but you have all of these people like, long live King Von. What about the fucking innocent lives this dude took?
He took, yeah. It's, that whole shit is just,
It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy, man. Hip hop is wild, man. It's always been wild, but this shit is just wild, man. From all these young rappers getting killed on the streets, the beef, the robberies. I'm good, bro. The robberies, all of that shit going on, like,
it's unnecessary.
It's unnecessary, man.
And the clout chasing. So, like, and this, unfortunately, another problem with the internet and social media, right? Because a lot of this shit is clout chasing. Everybody wants them clicks, the 150,000 likes. Listen, I'll go show my ass too, or I'll go, you know what I mean? Like for 1 million views.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it comes down to morality and standards. Like, are you gonna, let's go shoot up a block real quick because we can tape it and we can put it up as us spinning the block.
Yeah, and I had like a lot of young cats in the family like showing guns and shit or whatever, or young cats I knew coming up on the gram showing the drugs, the guns and shit. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what are you even doing? Like, that shit looks cool, but at the same token, like, those are the cats getting shot at too.
Yeah.
Because you're portraying that life, right? So, somebody just shot at me. Like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you're showing guns and you on the crime life. Like,
well, a lot of people don't understand. So for some people, it's a reality they're born into, and we can acknowledge that. There's a lot of us were born in not very great circumstances, but at the same time, at a certain point, you do have a control to get the fuck up out of there, to get the fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not involve yourself with that, and I don't know how it goes in Chicago, but I know in LA, a lot of the times, if you were somebody they thought was gonna be a huge basketball player or a football star, you know what I mean? They would leave you the fuck alone, you know what I mean?
Rock.
They let you rock. So I think with the internet, it's made it a little bit more, I guess, gravitated towards, because people are like, oh yeah, that's a fucking, Von's doing it, Durkio's doing it, Chief Keef, and these are just these guys. But
there's plenty more, like a whole generation behind them that's speaking this stuff and coming up with it and, killing up. I don't know, who's the cat who got killed in Florida outside the hotel?
Which one?
Not related. Julio.
Oh, yeah.
Julio, yeah. He, showing up, like, shot somebody and making fun of the dead and the people's homies that got killed, and they ran up on him, killed him. Boom.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like this continuous cycle. I wonder when these artists are going to start learning. But,
well, we were just talking earlier about how this Lil Durk shit, the Diddy shit, like the rap shit is involved in our conspiracy shit. Because in the 90s, it might have been sooner than that, 80s, 90s, something like that, there was a really big, I can't remember if it was Bone Thugs, it might have been Lazy Bone that said it. Don't fucking quote me, but you can Google the shit. There was a meeting in the 90s with like all these rap executives, huge rappers at the time, and essentially the prison systems. And there was these representatives, and they were basically, is that the Billboard article?
This is
yeah. But what happened was they essentially told the artists, they were like, hey, look, you know what? We're going to pay you more money to rap about violence, rap about drugs, rap about the Henny, just degenerate shit.
Yeah. The lean, perks,
selling drugs, doing all of it. You know what I mean? So it's the lifestyle. We're going to pay you more. You're going to keep rapping about that because we need to fill these private prisons up. Mm-hmm. And guess what? For anybody that doesn't know, private prisons have investors. And it makes sense for them to have a revolving door.
They make money
around people going to prison. So, yeah, go steal those Jordans.
Go raid, go rob.
Yeah, they want you to do it. They want you to do it.
Don't let nobody step on your J's. It's but it makes sense though.
Yeah.
Because those activities feed the prison pipeline.
Yeah.
And that's a whole whole nother story, the prison industrial complex.
Yeah, and with the Durk shit, it's unfortunate for him because this shit happened in L.A., so homie's not going to like a Chicago prison.
Oh.
Where and it's a Fed case, so homie could end up, like, he could end up in New York, he could end up in Alaska, he could end up in Texas. Anywhere, bro. Fucking Wyoming.
He's got to join sides, right?
Huh?
He's got to join sides.
What do you mean?
When he gets in, he's got to roll with.
Oh, yeah, he'll roll with it. If he's going to a Fed prison, I don't want to say they're softer than state prisons, but these are like bigger, higher. white collar crimes in a sense, you know. So like a murder for hire, you know, it's not exactly just murder. So like, because that's why they got him is because so essentially it's a federal case because he flew dudes from one state to another, and then back in commission of a crime. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then the guns and all that shit that was involved, but that's why it's a Fed case. If they'd have shot this dude in Chicago, he'd be going to like a Chicago prison, you know. So
Where he's got clout.
He's gonna have clout wherever he goes, but at the same time, whether they keep him in protective custody or if they, you know, like that might be involuntary.
Yeah.
Because he's such a high profile person.
It's definitely high profile. I've been thinking, like, you go from chilling in your mansion, rides, mobility, going wherever you want,
To a box.
Like your thought pattern, like you're not in there like hard about it. Like,
So this is
fuck that. Yeah.
But this is why I almost said I don't think he cared. I think he didn't care about the credit cards because he was like, you know what? No, we're fucking doing it. We're getting get back for Vaughn. It doesn't matter how it goes down. We're getting it.
That makes sense.
And then you go because you're used to the prison.
That's my fucking homie. That's my bro.
And it doesn't matter. I'm a crash out on tens of millions of dollars because you know Durk got bread.
He got bread.
You know what I mean? So when it comes down to it, you're not looking at the dollars. I don't think. Does he got any kids? Does Durk got any kids?
I'm not sure if he has kids.
Did he have any kids with that chick India? I think he's got. I feel like he's got
gotta
kids.
have kids. 6 kids.
Holy
God,
shit! So that makes it even worse now.
That makes it worse.
That makes it worse now because at a certain point, we get it. Grief sucks. And listening to all these people around you sucks. But you can't. You just left 6 children home.
Can't do it.
And you're never gonna get out again.
And that's the story of the hood, though, bro. Pops gets locked up. Mom's left to do it on her own. That's just the cycle, you know, of that life. It's like,
yeah, but it sucks, bro. Especially
man.
when you work your way out. But this is the unfortunate part of dudes like a Durk, right? So this isn't like Durk isn't one of them gangsters, bro, that gets his street cred by paying someone. He lived it. Like
I thought he was soft forever, bro.
Dude, yeah, of course, bro.
Just from
because
his, like, the way he carries himself and stuff. But
his demeanor,
he was straight gangster. Bro.
His demeanor, even before he went with the dreads and the blonde and shit like that, like he was just looked crazy. You know what I mean? And I didn't get it either at first because I was like, all right, Durk, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
He's got some good tunes. But then I started like getting into them YouTube rabbit holes, like the rap fucking beef rabbit holes. And
He was serious.
yeah, bro.
He looks like, yeah.
Because those dudes, I would not be surprised if the feds got a lot of their information from YouTube.
Oh, most of they're blatant. They're open with their shit.
You know,
lines, rap lines, like in their songs, like maybe that's the culture.
Yeah.
I think you're right though. He don't care. Like we're doing it.
We're doing it.
Fuck it.
And guess what? My respect is intact forever.
Forever.
And my kids are set. They're millionaires forever.
They're good.
They're straight.
Damn. I mean,
their baby mamas are good.
Good.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna be the richest rapper in prison.
Durk Banks. Unreal.
It's sad, bro. Like, because I like to see a good comeback story. Like, I like to see these dudes get up out the literal trenches and you took the whole team with you, but you couldn't leave the actual gang banging behind.
Couldn't leave it. Did you see that Gilly interview? $1 million
where he brought $1 million worth of cash.
Yeah,
bro, he had fucking stacks of. Like, I wish $1 million. He's like, no, we're in O Block right now with $1 million.
With $1 million, he begged them to leave it alone.
Yeah,
like, let it go. Like, don't retaliate.
Yeah,
like it's not worth it, my guys. Like,
yeah.
And they had the whole crew in there.
Yeah, because Wallow did a lot of time in prison, and he's got a great story as well. You know, another dude that just made a fucking mistake and ate up a chunk of his life.
That's one of those stories you was just talking about. Get back stories for sure.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people fucking sleep on, Gilly and Wallow.
Yeah.
Because they're both from Philly. Like, I don't know if it's North Philly or what, but them Philly dudes don't play around either.
No, they don't.
So, but that's like, there was an incident where like Meek Mill had said something to Durk. Like, Durk gave an interview about it, and he was like, yo, I want to come to your hood. And Durk, was like, bro, I'm not guaranteeing anything. He's like, you can come.
He's like,
but I'm not guaranteeing your safety. Like, it's just, I'm not gonna lie to you, because like you go to LA and it's like you call certain people like, oh, you're good. You know what I mean? Checking in.
Chicago now.
Nah.
I was in. I took a trip to Chicago for a conference, and one night I was just like, I had a little downtime. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go chill.
Take a walk,
right?
Oh yeah, right.
So I hop on the train. Like, I'm staying downtown Chicago. I hop on the train. I get off. I go down a couple stops. I get off. Like, yeah, I'm fucking walk around, see what up. And then like I hit like this little Chinatown little area, and then I kept going a little more, and it just started getting. Then I was like, yo, cats will bust my cap here, bro, if I cross into the wrong shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm going back.
Yeah,
it's no rhyme or reason to it. You just get got.
Yeah. And it's just not the situation for you. Like if you're in broad daylight type shit.
I'm like I'm in Albany or Troy or some shit. I'm gonna go for a stroll.
Yeah. A friend of mine and myself did that in Brooklyn years ago when we were like fucking 14, dude. Had no business being in Brooklyn at all. And we were just like, yo, what the fuck? We're just gonna go out and hang out. And it's like, I got to admit, nothing happened. It was cool. We were out for like an hour or two. I saw some weird shit, but we're good,
Yeah.
Some places you just can't.
You can't. It's not like. Yeah, it's
you're
just
a target.
You're a target. Like, look at this Mark ass Buster. Let's
get him. Dude, a cop?
Yeah, straight cop, bro. I wasn't even looking for weed, nothing. I'm just like, man, where am I? This is cool. Then I started getting in that. I'm like, damn, I'm in Chicago, bro. Like, I gotta know where I'm walking.
So imagine that, though. Imagine not being able to go anywhere really because this gang is here, that gang is there, this gang is there. So and name any one you want.
It don't matter.
Spectrum, motorcycle, street gang, mafia, fucking cartel. It doesn't matter. Like there's not a spot you can go where there's not some shit going on.
Yeah, that's true, man. But I never really thought about that. But cats who live there, they know.
Oh, they know. Yeah.
They know. Like, we go down, we cross the street. It's like Oakland and Compton and shit.
Oh, dude, it's bananas out there.
I guess, I don't know. Did it die down a little bit out there? Gang wars and all of that shit?
So I haven't really been tapped in lately, but at the same time, like LA's got a problem, bro. So LA is like, a lot of the times you'd be like, oh, you know what, this is over drug dealing in this territory, or this was, whatever. But bro, they just have some deep-seated, like, you killed my dad, you killed my uncle, you killed my sister, whoever it was to him. And that's it. Nip tried to, like, bring some sort of peace. I got to imagine, since Kendrick did it, that it's at least died down a bit.
It's died down.
Because he did that, what was it, the pop out with Kenny and Friends?
Yeah.
And bro, that was like monumental rap shit.
That shit was, unheard of. Like, I didn't know who cats were until after, like, the significance of what he did.
Yeah.
To get cats out to break bread and chill together.
And Drake did that. Yeah, fuck you, Drake.
Aubrey, BBL Drizzy.
I know, right? Fuck, dude. No, that was such a good rap battle. But that's like another example, though, is like a dude like Kendrick, right? So, like, this is why you didn't have ammunition, like real ammunition on a Kendrick. Homie got out of the hood. He's still there. He's still not there, yeah. But he still makes his presence known. He's still helping the hood out. He's still fucking helping the community out. And then it's like he's out, though.
He's out.
You got the family in the crib up in the Beverly Hills, Calabasas, something crazy. And you're not in the hood anymore.
No.
You're not. You might have a bunch of dudes with you that you're paying for security or whoever. That's just on staff. But really, that's it, dude.
That's how you Mac it, though. That's how you do it. Like, you still stay connected and have your sources, but you're not out there in the dirt with the weeds and shit like that. And you're doing foundation work.
Yeah, right.
Building bridges.
Dude, this was crazy about Durk, bro. They just handed him like 2 keys to the city like a couple weeks ago.
More keys to the city, right? 2.
I think it was 2 different communities. I think it was
for his foundation.
I'm not entirely sure what he got him for.
He got a foundation. Maybe. I hope his foundation isn't for.
But they rescinded him. They took him back.
They took him back.
Yeah, they did. After his arrest, yeah. Why wouldn't you? Like the same thing with Diddy when Eric Adams gave it. Imagine that, dude. Eric Adams and Diddy. He hands him the key to the city. And they both get jammed up.
Neighborhood Heroes is his foundation.
Oh, is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's our mission is to empower and collaborate with everyday heroes who are taking the lead to make positive change in the lives of those with under-resourced neighborhoods.
So, sounds great at heart, but then you got a dude that just can't let it go. Like, let the shit go.
That life pulls you back.
Well, unfortunately, another thing about rap, is like there's this constant need to feel like the gun talk, the rap, the nobody's listening to fucking. I don't want to say nobody's listening to Nas. Excuse me.
Stop it.
Nas ain't getting plays like
No.
Rakim ain't getting plays like these kids are. You know what I mean?
No, I checked out of that shit. It's like when I was young and angry, like that shit vibrated.
Yeah, sure.
Like I wanted to take people's heads off all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just angry. I don't know why. Just tight. Like fuck that. Like,
typical dude shit.
Let's go all scrap, bro. Like let's, you know what I mean? Let's take somebody's starter hats. Just dumb shit, whatever. But I listened to it like. I just aged out, I guess. But it's just negative. I feel it in my soul, my body. Mm-hmm. Like that negativity. I'm like, I didn't hear about cats getting clapped and killing my homie and all that shit. I like higher vibrational hip hop for the mind. You know what I mean? That's still out there. But radios don't play that shit.
No, that's what I mean.
That's what you're talking about.
This is a part of the conspiracy, though.
Yeah.
Because they have influence in these radio stations, these media centers, the label execs. Oh, we're going to throw $1 million at you to spin this 1,000 times.
Yeah, and the young women too it's fucked everybody up. Yeah. It's lesbian this and fuck your man and all this crazy. So even the females, young females, are getting the bad vibrations now. Yeah. In programming.
Well, that's part of it. That's kind of what the goal was.
Like little young girls in the hood, like, hey, can you not do that? Like, suck my dick. Like that's where we are now. Like, 12 years old. Like, telling you to do something right, not coming at you. I'm just saying, you're gonna get in trouble. You do some shit like
right,
that.
Like, just chill out.
Like to hear that coming, and it's like prevalent, like. Young girls saying that, it's like that's what we're saying now.
Yeah, well, it goes to show you the examples that have been set in their lives. You know, don't get it twisted. My daughter might tell you to suck her dick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But she's never going to be rude and disrespectful like that to someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if she's like, you know, talking shit to me, then it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? But she's never going to be rude and disrespectful. So it's like, it just goes to show the examples that they had. And we have to admit here is that there were no more crack babies in a sense. It was like the perk babies, and the hydro babies, and the everything else anyone was on the last fucking couple years, you know.
Crystal meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I haven't seen.
And I'm not saying that's every kid.
No, a lot.
But a lot of the kids, yeah.
A lot of kids struggle with that, man. I got a few of my fam too that unfortunately were born that way, you know. But they're healthy and they're doing shit, but they have a lot of emotional stuff going on in their lives.
Sure.
It's just like a lot, man. But it all ties into that culture because there's a hood everywhere. Like you can't say like there's a state or somewhere in the world that doesn't have hood. That's where hip hop was born, and that's what comes out of the hood is
and it resonates.
Yeah.
It resonates, you know. So and you're gonna feel it, you know. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we can act on those things. So and we need to prop up the cats. Don't get it twisted. I absolutely love gangster rap. I don't want to fuck that up for anybody.
Nah.
I will fucking be in my car talking about shooting everybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you can't act on that, and you can't like. We have to express to our younger generations that it's like this is just their expression.
Yes.
Be your own expression. Don't let this define you. You know what I mean? As opposed to just letting it be a piece of your expression.
Piece of it, yeah. Listen to it and whatnot. It's and when you listen to it, it kind of puts you in that mode, you know. Like for me, like now, it's like, oh, I want to get after positive things. I want to do, you know, that motivation. But yeah, it's not like let's damage the MP3s and shut down the internet and shit. It is what it is. We're just saying like the choice and the influence. Like if you're constantly pumped that into young minds, then it breeds it.
Yeah.
And frequencies.
Yeah, you got to have good vibes, man. And just good humanity. Like really, you showing me not a piece of shit, and that's usually enough, you know.
It used to be enough, right?
It used to be enough. Yeah. But that's why we talk about these things, because a lot of people don't know that prison systems would have this sort of influence over a music genre and be literally a conspiracy to infiltrate our children's minds, really, in a sense. You know what I mean? Like to promote a negative culture as opposed to a positive one.
Yeah, and people it happened under the cover. Like it wasn't like these artists had this meeting with all these powerful execs. Either you got down or your shit wasn't getting played on the radio, which is gonna fuck with your money. You know what I mean? And the artists that came out years later to talk about this meeting, be cool to get a list of that. And then I just was looking up to biggest investors in prisons, BlackRock and Vanguard.
Again.
BlackRock and Vanguard. So they got the whole system unlocked.
It's crazy. You think I got to do a little bit more research into BlackRock, but it almost feels like a conglomerate of all those. You remember like Halliburton? They all still exist, but like Halliburton, Skunk Works, Lockheed.
Yeah.
It just like feels like BlackRock is like I don't know, all of that on steroids.
It's they gobbled them all up.
Right.
It's basically like Halliburton and those cats merged and then just said, let's take the market.
Right.
So it's like, they're the biggest investors in Hollywood, movies, music industry, also the prison system, also military system, like housing market, like
everything. Farming,
everything.
Agriculture.
Yeah. So and then a lot of their board members are government cats, CIA cats, and
they're in the, economists.
Yeah.
They're everything. Yeah.
All attorney generals and
Why do you think they went into crypto? They had to go and get in that crypto because they didn't want to get left behind.
And that's too. It's like, okay, we have this choice of politicians, who's going to win, but BlackRock still owns everything.
Everything.
So you have to eventually, the presidential candidates have to come to the table with these cats.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to listen to them. You have to hear what they say. You have to appoint some of their people. I
feel like I heard a rumor, and this could be totally false, but I feel like I heard one of them were going to be appointing someone from BlackRock.
I believe that is the case. I think it was Trump, if I'm not mistaken.
Right? It kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
but I would assume that's how it would work. You have to either appoint somebody from BlackRock or Vanguard.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they own everything. So it's like, and I'm sure they're big donors.
Huge donors.
They own the news, the media, so.
Which is still crazy because they're still just smear campaigns everywhere for both of them.
For all of them. Yeah.
It's not like there's really any real loyalty among stations.
I mean,
let's see, who'd you say bought it? Soros bought it?
Soros bought the radio stations.
Right. And so you'd have to figure network television, you're running commercials and shit, direct TV. Big pharma. So you got to figure they're all the same entity.
Same cronies, yeah.
The same entity. You know what? Look, all right, throw out the Trump shit, throw out the Kamala shit, just throw out the fucking in case of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Call this number.
Yeah. But they own so much, there's no way for them to lose. If something comes down, they control all of the wills.
Yeah.
But nobody's really talking about that in an election, and that's kind of...
Well, of course. Why would you? Because we always talk about distractions. And what's interesting about this is that this is the biggest distraction on the planet.
That's what I'm starting to...
There's no bigger.
I always knew it, but it's they're giving us a fucking show right now.
This is the Truman Show, bro.
Yeah. I saw somebody in Wally World, and I was like... It was the simulation is crazy. I'm like, you know what? It is. I can't even get shit out of here. Everything's locked up and shit. The shit just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
It's prison planet, bro.
Yeah, it's like what is this, bro? What is this? And then they keep talking about this something imminent coming, either from outside our solar system, or they also received a message from Proxima Centauri.
Okay.
It's narrow band. It's in the frequencies we expect to expect it. And I'm researching it, trying to find out what's what, because some people are nah, we didn't really receive it, but all the UFO disclosure is talking about something imminent coming, either coming here or revealing itself.
Sure.
Very soon. There's supposed to be a hearing in Congress on November 13th, but they're like trying to bully all of these people that are whistleblowers that are supposed to come to the table. But it's like this frantic pace that's going on. It's still going on, and now they're saying it's something imminent, like 2027 or something like that.
I mean, I feel, in my own personal opinion, that the vibration of the vibration I'm picking up from the world feels like something's imminent. And I guess my first thought was more nuclear war than that. But maybe that is because of the imminency of a nuclear war. Like, they could be showing up, bro. Like, yo, wait. Now, let's get deeper into this. This is actually kind of an interesting thought I just had. In the Bible, they said the end of the world would come from the rest of the world turning on Israel.
Correct.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm not a
No, that's correct.
I'm not a Bible dude.
That's
so,
correct.
Look at what's going on over there. Iran, Syria, Libya, Lebanon,
Iraq.
Damn, I'm forgetting Gaza. Dude, they've hit that whole region. And then you also have what's going on with, Russia and Ukraine. But I'm kind of just leaving that out biblically for a second.
Yeah.
What if these people in Israel, and I'm not saying this is just a general thought, don't fucking fry me, that this is the end times. Like the US really isn't supporting Israel like that. We are, but we're not.
No. Democrats hate them.
Something I have written down here, which is coincidental, but I also put that Israel Parliament just yesterday passed 2 laws preventing the United Nations Relief and Works Agency, which aids refugees in Palestine, from operating on Israeli territory.
Whoa.
Because they supposedly had employed someone linked to Hamas or some shit like that. But it's telling because it's like
separating from the
they're
United
separating.
Nations.
They're separating, and even with those strikes, which was a weird thing too. We'll get into that in a second. But how they both kind of backtracked, the U.S. and Israel, but they get into those strikes, and then here we are. It's like they're not telling the U.S. about their intelligence. They're not telling us, oh yeah, maybe we won't hit the nuclear sites.
Maybe we won't.
It's posturing, bro.
It's posturing. I mean, the weapons that we have are insane. Like as far as destruction goes.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Hiroshima,
Nagasaki.
Nagasaki when they dropped the bomb, World War II in Japan. But then they're like, oh no, that's some toy shit.
Yeah.
Like we've developed some shit. We developed city killers.
Country killers.
Yeah, country killers. Like Russia has some shit like detonate in the ocean. They're like, we could cover England in a 6-mile wall of water.
Yeah.
Like undersea detonation. I'm like we got some destruction. So I didn't even tie in that nuclear war shit that's going on with something imminent coming in.
So, and then again, the thought process of, is this the end times? Think about a whole religion, thinking that this is playing out to Revelation. You know what I mean? And then this is Israel standing against
I want to say
the rest of the world.
Did Trump say some shit about that?
About what?
I think he said some shit about the elites following Revelations. They want to bring.
So he said something on the Rogan podcast about something like that, where he was like, they say in the Bible that the end times will start in or in Israel or whatever, But it's kind of odd that here we have all this destruction. Straight loss of human life is crazy. Just today they killed another 109 Palestinians. Today.
Indiscriminate.
Right in northern Gaza, bro. Just straight fucking murdering people.
I know, man. It's sad, and it's wild too in our country. Is because it's like, if you're like, damn, all those kids, women, and people getting killed, they're like, you support them. It's like, whoa, chill. I just don't like innocent. I don't like people getting killed.
Yeah.
Innocent people, kids, women, that shit's.
It's crazy, bro. Because the loss of life, we should be able to put any religion to the side and say, yo, how can we stop the killing?
How do we stop it?
But it's also telling too, because both sides have they're steadfast in their beliefs, and. That, where do you go with that? You're at a stalemate. You're just at war forever.
And we're funding both sides. So we're funding the weaponry of Israel, and then we're funding the rebuilding of Gaza and aid to Gaza and refugees and all of that stuff. They're going to bring a bunch of them here if they're not already doing that.
Yeah, of course.
definitely flying some in to relocate and shit, but it's like we're actually funding both sides.
Yeah, quite literally.
You can't have a bigger waste of money.
Yeah.
Like, okay, these guys destroy it. Let's also pay. Let's pay them to rebuild it. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Well, and that's why it's like, at what point? There's not there in my mind. I don't see a ceasefire because this has been thousands of years of history here, and one side is not giving shit up, and the other side is like, yo, we want our shit back.
I don't know. I mean, they're just killing so many people. Of course, people in Israel get killed too.
Yeah.
Israel's kill power is a lot bigger than.
Yeah, well, yeah, they
they got some. I mean, I watched some of their some of the missiles hit the buildings. It's like I try to put myself there. Like, okay, I'm in the building next door. You don't see what's coming. You don't see a plane. You don't hear a plane.
Yeah, you might hear a missile when it's up your ass.
You're hearing it. Yeah, it's coming in. You can't even see it. It's just a streak. Hits the bottom of the building, like 12-story buildings, like just like that.
Flattened.
One missile.
Ugh.
Broad daylight. Like there's people around and they're just like looking at it. They're screaming. They're holding their heads. They're like running with kids. Like,
well, that's the bananas part about it, is because obviously we know Israel never really cared about international law to begin with, because they never signed any of the accords that were in relation to like humanitarianism and rules of engagement, war, shit, genocide. But they're not doing enough to avoid civilian casualties. You know what I mean? That's where I could leave it. It's just like that they could do more to get fucking people. The civilians are out there. You can't keep saying that these Hamas and Hezbollah are just hiding behind citizens. You can go and assassinate some fucking crazy target in another country, in another hostile country, but you can't figure out who Hamas is and
where are they?
Where they are.
They found them. I mean,
I'm just saying, you had to kill all the kids.
You had to kill everyone.
You had to kill everyone, bro.
That's why they're like. That's why it's genocide. Which is just sad. It's heartbreaking, bro. It really is, because it's like, what can we do?
Yeah, as us, we can't do a lot. We can talk.
We can talk about it. Yeah,
we can talk about it.
Bring awareness to it.
Right.
But I don't support war in any form, whether we're, whether we're beefing or I just don't support it. It's just unnecessary.
Yeah, it really is, and especially here we are getting into the future, of like modern humanity. We got Teslas walking out robots, bro. We can't learn how to get out, and just, not have to war,
We need a new way forward. I'll say that we need.
But this is the division.
Change. Yeah.
This is the division.
I'm okay with those two sides.
What?
I'm okay with being on that team. I don't like I'm on this team, you're on that team bullshit. But like, as far as humanity, I'm team humanity, bro. Like, let's
God,
build.
dude.
Let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of each other. Like,
bro,
let's create.
We got told that we were fucking Russian propagandists. Funniest shit in the fucking world, dude. I'm scrolling through the YouTube comments one day, and I read this comment. I don't know. Can you pull it up? See if you can get that comment.
Yo.
This is the funniest shit in the world, bro. We put up Irv had posted a video like a couple months back. Maybe it might not have been that long, but either way, it was a short of Zelensky signing bombs in Pennsylvania. right? And it's the funniest shit in the world. The dude like comments on it and was like, see, I don't even want to quote it because it's just too fucking funny.
So it's okay too. What did he say, bro?
I think it's under your short. Under
it's
the
on the short
shorts.
Zelensky bomb, right?
Yeah.
Let's see, where's... Yo, definitely go to our YouTube.
Oh yeah, make sure you
like,
hit subscribe. Yep. Let's get that comment.
Come on,
where is it?
Pull it up.
Oh, they're there.
Stop playing with me.
I know, dude. It's not showing now, and my phone is over there.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it's right there. I don't know. I might be able to log in from this phone. Let me see what's charged.
Yeah, we gotta show this comment, man.
We are charged.
You have me dying on that, bro. I'm like,
yo,
I got it.
All right, yeah, let's hit it.
All right. So from NM Dog Daddy 6978.
Shout out, player.
So, we're not supposed to help weaker democracies fend off Putin's assault on a sovereign nation. It makes me proud that the USA stands in defense of a fellow democracy. Is this channel pushing Russian propaganda?
Yo. Hilarious. So basically, this guy sees a video of us just talking about fucking how crazy it is. You know what I mean? Like, the spectacle of signing a bomb that you know is going to get dropped on some 5-year-old's head.
Yeah. And
here's the John Hancock, bro. Let me sign that for you.
Pennsylvania, foreign nation in Pennsylvania, where they manufacture the bombs. Zelensky's in signing bombs, which is... It's crazy. And this dude's upset because we're pushing Russian propaganda. Like, no, bro. Like, he shouldn't be in Pennsylvania. We shouldn't be giving him fucking bombs. Like, that's the issue we have. Like,
yeah.
So it's like, all right.
And you know what? And it's crazy because everybody wants to sit there and call you like a propagandist if you're just really just not like you're not choosing a side. You know what I mean? Like, really, we never chose a side in any of this shit.
No.
Well, what side we did choose was, why is our money in these wars?
Why is our money in these wars?
Why are we supporting these wars? Why are we supporting this shit? You know what I mean?
Why are we supporting both sides?
Right.
It don't make sense.
So.
But they call you, and what's crazy is that under like Harris's plan, like what this dude did, this is the shit she wants to shut down.
Those comments, or just our video,
our types of videos.
Well, yeah, of course, because
it's Russian propaganda.
Yeah.
Shut that channel down for me. Boop, killed. You know what I'm saying? And that shit's going on a lot too. But like,
we're not big enough for that yet. So hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get there.
Check out our reels, our videos, cool content all the time. We try to keep it fresh, keep it coming. If you got ideas for us, hit us up. Instagram. What else we on?
Well, we got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I think that's it, right? X. Yeah. Hit the X. So we're trying to build up all of our followings on all those things. So if you guys want to hit the follow button in any of those, it could be some bomb ass hilarious memes or a lot of conspiracy shit, you know? So,
yes, sir.
And that's why, dude, I absolutely love getting together because, like, there was just so much happening this week.
It was.
That I was like, bro, the Durk thing had my mind blown because I was like, what the fuck?
It's also fucked up, bro. Murder, mayhem.
Yeah. So it's just insane, dude. But we'll wrap it up here. Also, shout out to all the ladies that had our post up. We will work around getting everybody on. There was also an idea floated around to have like a chicks panel.
That would be dope.
Like a panel of chicks.
Yeah.
I thought that was a super cool idea as well.
That would be cool.
And of course, we're just trying to get new perspectives on all of the shit that we get into. And it could be random. It could be whatever. You guys bring whatever you want to the table, to your favorite conspiracy or, whatever. But we appreciate you guys tapping in. Everybody else, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, follow us on all of our socials, and then, we'll catch you later.
See you next time. Peace.